Hi guys, I hope you are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is all about how do I keep myself happy and positive. This has been asked to me a couple of times on Instagram. Now I recently also posted the flip side of me not being so positive and happy, but today I'm just going to share with you as if I'm talking with you sitting straight in front of you. So excuse me if I make some mistakes here and there because it is just like a normal conversation. Now, the very first thing for us to understand is that everyone has their own flip side of the story. Not everyone's life is as blossoming and as happy as it appears on the social media, because on social media we only discuss about happiness and positivity and about only good things. So we have to understand that there is a downfall in everyone's life. But above everything, we have to also understand that how do we actually push ourselves to stay positive, to stay focused, to be happy, and to just keep living the life the way it comes through. Now, before I share with you things that I do to keep myself happy and positive, do please subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell icon. So, you have to understand that we have to do something so that our mindset can be focused, can be positive, and can be healthy and can be happy. I have discussed tons and tons of times on my Instagram and on my YouTube videos that I was not so happy and positive person before 2019. I had a very balanced life. I had everything that I wanted. I was able to enjoy my life, but still I was a complaining child. I was someone who used to cry a lot. I was an emotional fool, and I used to do all these stupid things, which is part and parcel of life, which is a journey, which is all that involves about growing up in life. But after moving to US, I have realized that there are things which I can actually do so that I can stop complaining about life and I can start enjoying and start being positive and start being happy in life. See, we all have problems in life. In fact, if we did not have any problems, I wouldn't have been making this wisdom talks and you wouldn't have been, seeing this video right now. We all have a life that is filled with some or the other problems, and which is natural. Imagine a life without problems, how boring it would be, right? So the only thing that we have to understand is how can we grow despite of all the problems, and how can we learn, how can we experience life even with the smallest and smallest or the biggest and biggest problems. Doesn't matter. It's about growing and it's about just experiencing and enjoying life. Now, the very first thing that I do on a routine basis is I read a book. You all know how much I love reading a book and what kinds of book I read. I post everything on Instagram, right? So I basically read books that involve things about mindset, positivity, happiness, then love stories, then spiritual, religious. I read every kind of book that has some value to make me happy and to make me positive. The biggest thing about reading a book or even listening to an audiobook is that you can at least stop and pause your mind for a while, and you can start thinking about life, about stories from the author's point of view. Now that thing is really very good because you at least start thinking out of your boundary. You start thinking out of that four walls, and that gives you a kind of spark in your life. When you read a book that is related to spiritual, you start feeling that calmness in your body. When you read a book about religious, which is related to religion, you start understanding how grateful you are to have this life, to live on this planet, and how tremendous support you get from the God and from the family. When you read books related to positivity and related to daily life, you start to analyze your life, and you also start finding out ways of how you can make your life more better. So reading a book or even listening to an audiobook is a very important thing if you want to stay positive, if you want to build a successful life, if you want to have a positive mindset. I would highly recommend you to read a book. Even though if you don't like reading a book, you can listen to an audiobook. There are a huge number of platforms available online, and you should do it if you want to have a better life. The second thing that I do is I push myself a lot. Now, at times I do feel that I'm pressurizing myself a lot, but then it just works out right for me. So on days when I feel that I am 50 or 40% less motivated and I feel a bit lazy, then I just ask myself a question that what is going to happen by not doing this today. And the only answer that I get is that my things will get delayed, my tomorrow will be again wasted, and I might not be able to start things which I want to start tomorrow. This exercise of asking myself tons and tons of questions really just helps me out, because it helps me analyze what things might go wrong, what things might go right if I do it today. And there's nothing like making the best utilization of your today. Also, there are times when I don't feel like waking up at 5:30. Of course, I don't want to, but then when I'm half awake, literally in my bed, I ask myself that if I don't get up on time, what things will get delayed. I have my mind running every damn time. And by asking this question, there's that energy that helps me to push myself out of the bed. It's not that I wake up every single day, but then I just don't wake up after 10-15 days. It's like once in 10-15 days, and which is okay, which is normal, which is a human thing. So pushing yourself a lot will really help you. And this one simple exercise, if you start doing about asking yourself tons of questions, you will start analyzing yourself, you will start analyzing your life, and then you will realize that wow, at the end of the day, when you will actually push yourself and when you'll accomplish all those things, the end of the day, you will feel really satisfied and happy. So do start practicing this tiny exercise. Initially, it will feel like that's so much to do, that's so much to accomplish, and that's so much to achieve. You might feel that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, but if you keep doing it, it will just work perfectly fine for you. Third thing that I do is I watch tons of positive content that is available on YouTube, on podcast, and everywhere on the internet. This is a very essential part of me being positive and happy, because when I listen to those stories and those interviews, I realize there are how many beautiful people and many beautiful stories out there, and there's so much to learn from it. They literally start from being someone who is living on roads, or from zero to being successful entrepreneur, successful businessman. And it's not just about the money they create or about the wealth they create, but it's about their inspiring journey of how they also give back to the community, of how they help other people who want to grow. And my cooking time is generally accompanied with all these podcasts or those interviews, because that is the best thing to do while you cook. You don't have to watch those podcasts or interviews as such. All you have to do is just listen with all your ears. You literally should use all the available content that is there on the internet. You will realize that you will actually dive deep into their mindset, and all that matters is that mindset. You have to create yourself so that you can stay positive, you can stay happy, and you can stay focused in your life. Now, the fourth thing that I do is, and which I love shopping, is affirmative quotes, wall arts, which are like saying some positive words, planners, and journals. Now, that's not about the amount of money you invest, because those things are not really costly, but it's about creating something for yourself. It's about pampering yourself with such positive and kind things. Now, also these things, when you're sitting at home and you just look at that wall art, you suddenly have that positive thought for at least 1 minute. So these things are actually the real treasures that you should buy for yourself, not for anyone else, but first for yourself. Now, the fifth thing that I do is I often talk with my close friends about life, about problems, about normal day-to-day things which are going on in our life. Now, this is a very important exercise for myself, because it helps me connect to the old soul that I was. It reminds us of how stupid we were back in our college days or in our school days, and that just makes me smile for the rest of my day. When I hear people saying that, I don't find enough time to call my friend or to call my old friend because I'm so busy, and also that person is not calling me, I feel kind of disappointed. What's wrong in calling them if they are not calling you? You should be the one calling them. And see, everyone is happy in their life. The only thing that you have to ask yourself is that, what's your priority? You can at least take out 15-20 minutes once in a month to connect back with your old friend. Trust me, this simple exercise is going to make you really very happy. So after watching this video, make sure that you call your one old friend with whom you have cherished so many good memories. I'm sure that conversation will make you smile, will make you happy, and will make you feel positive for the rest of your day. This also reminds me that after starting my Wisdom Talks journey, I have had so many DMs on Instagram of strangers. Literally, those are the people whom I don't know at all, and they have discussed about their life, about their issues with me, just because they needed some advice or they needed some suggestions. And I feel so grateful for those messages, because they give me a chance to think in a more positive way. They help me in creating that thought process, and by listening to their stories, I realized for a while that everyone is having their problem. I cannot always crib about my problem. I have to also look beyond my problems and try to understand their problems. So the very important thing from this story is to be a good listener. When you start listening to other people's problem, you will realize that your problems are not the end of the world. There are problems in everyone's life, but it's about how people push them, how people try to keep themselves happy, positive, how they create a surrounding around them so that everyone in that particular place feels happy and positive. Apart from all this, apart from work, apart from motivation video, apart from regular life, I also try to create some time wherein I don't do anything. And usually my Sundays are totally cheat days. I don't at all work. I just do my normal day-to-day stuff, and then I allow myself to breathe and to stay relaxed for the entire day. Because you are supposed to create that free time for yourself. No matter how busy your life is, you have to give your mind, you have to give your body, you have to give your soul a break for a moment. I hope that this conversation was interesting for you. If you had any bulb moment in this video while you are watching it, if you realize that exactly this is what I have experienced, if you have had any such moment, then do please comment below. I would be more than happy to read your story. And also, if there are any other things which you are trying for yourself to be positive, to be happy, and to enjoy your life, then do please comment below. I would be more than happy to also try all those things. If you liked my video, do please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified when I post my next video. I hope you enjoyed watching this conversation. Thank you so much. Stay tuned till next Wednesday.